Hi, Lauren here. So how did I even get into this long COVID dysautonomia space, right? Back in 2013, I had my ninth concussion, the one that really the bottom fell out of the bag, changed the course of my life, head injury. And in that process, I really struggled in the medical community and we started to put pieces together. I met some really important people who opened my eyes to different types of treatment, like vision therapy. Vision therapy back then was groundbreaking, right? It had been around for decades, but nobody was really paying enough attention to it. And then learned about the primitive reflexes. And over the course of about 10 years, was working really hard to integrate things and create these multimodal treatment protocols. I had some really incredible collaborations. I had some people who really helped me along the way. We were really in the trenches together way before it was mainstream therapy. We were called Fringe a lot and just kind of stuck to those convictions, stood by what I believed in. And that ended up benefiting me in the long run. And the same was true with COVID. So early on in the pandemic, we were just barely understanding that relationship between persisting concussion symptoms and dysautonomia. There's this huge link for people who aren't getting better, where dysautonomia is a piece of their puzzle. And then all of a sudden the pandemic hits and we're kind of thrust upon us, right? Up to 72% of people with long COVID will have one type of dysautonomia, or a subtype of dysautonomia. And so we started getting these prescriptions from doctors that said things like post-COVID concussion question mark, like, will you just try? And so of course I'll try. And at that point, we'd established the Zinc protocol, the Ziax Integrative Neurologic Concussion Protocol. I did not name it that. I did not want to co-sign on that name, and I did not create it in isolation. There was a large group of people who collaborated on that. And so we started using that integrative model with patients with long COVID, and in that process, also understanding this dysautonomia link. Through that space, I was able to hook up with some incredible people at a local university. And together, we were able to create the Utah Autonomic Disorders Adaptive Physical Therapy Program, the Utah ADAPT. And both of those organizations were willing to make that available free of charge to anybody nationwide. And we now have 1,600 people on our sign up list, which is incredible for something that's moving so fast. And there's a big piece of joining you on social media, right? Like these things are only moving fast because of the way people access technology today. So my practice became this integrative bucket of dysautonomia, long COVID, concussion, and now I get to bring this knowledge and all of the things I've learned from collaborating with so many people and all of the reading that we've had to do to create these protocols. And I get to bring this all straight to you in your living room, empower you with knowledge so you can go out there and advocate for yourself with your healthcare professionals.